Hoiberg will launch the three. Oh, he hits!
Clobber to left field. Another double for Washington. This time it's Nick Kresnak.
But no doubt, 2-run, go-ahead homer in the 7th. The bat flip puts the exclamation mark on a comeback.
An RBI knock from Kresnak, who's had an incredible night. Sam Hoiberg, the son of the coach, to steal the bucket.
Welcome back to the sports section. Screw the intro. Sammy Hoiberg's here, and the Cornhuskers are 11-0. Come on now.
Yeah, dude, it's been a fun week. You look back kind of early on when we were, like 5-0, 6-0, and people all they were talking about was, yeah, they look good, but they took screenshots of the schedule of this past week and they said that's where we're going to see who they are. And coming off of 3-0 week, Creighton's not playing very well right now, but you got Wisconsin, who's a very solid team, and then a legit top 15 team in Illinois on the road. Feels amazing. This coach speak here, but we're not going to get too high. We're going to keep grinding because our goals are far away. And we look back at the film, there's so much we can learn from, and we're going to keep getting better. But yeah, it does feel good kind of to sit back and see that success coming through, and we're going to keep it rolling.
You guys are ranked number 15 in today's AP poll. I guess I probably should have looked this up. Do you know when the last time Nebraska was ranked that high?
I believe it was like 91 or something like that. Yep.
That's incredible.
They were pretty consistent. It was in the 90s.
I know that your dad had some really high-ranked Iowa State teams. What's the highest he's had a team?
I want to say around 8 or something. I think they were really high in the final poll of the year after they made the Sweet 16. So he's had some top 10 teams, and that's where we're looking to go. 2 bye games that you can't overlook coming up. North Dakota on Sunday, then New Hampshire when we get back from break, and then obviously can't look ahead, but Michigan State coming in after that. That could be a huge one to really, make another statement.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. Well, let's talk about that Illinois game. You guys have to go to Champaign, one of the toughest places to play in the country, against one of the toughest teams to play in the country. The Balkan 5, is that what we established? Balkan 5. And you kind of shot the lights out. I texted you this after the game that I couldn't really watch it because I was at a wedding. You guys tipped off literally when the ceremony started. And at the wedding venue in Kerrville, Texas, by the way, middle of nowhere. And at the venue, there was like one spot that I could get cell service. And so I didn't have service the whole time. And somebody ended up pulling the game up on their phone with 30 seconds left. And so I got to see the last 30 seconds. I've seen the highlights since, but that was really the only part of the game that I saw live. And so they tie it. They hit that 3. It was a 3, right? They tie it with 15, 17 seconds, something like that. And you're bringing the ball up. What was the play call there? I listened to your dad's press conference. He was a little bit over my head even, and I feel like I consume a good amount of basketball content. What was the play call?
So you know what a ghost screen is?
I heard your dad mention it. I mean, people refer to it, but
Yeah, so a ghost screen is essentially where you're going up to set a ball screen, but you slip out of it.
Mhm.
And that's an action that's really good for shooters, and it's tough for the defense because there's rules you can have when guarding it, but it really depends on what the offense does, and you can do anything out of it. And the initial play was for Price to set a ghost screen. I could have gone off either Rink or Price, so they both came up at 7 seconds it was going to be a ghost, and Price made a really good read. His guy was staying attached, and this is what you want to do if they're doing that. If they're switching, you want to ghost out of it. Is kind of that's what you do to confuse them. And he sets the screen because Boswell stayed attached to him, which freed me up to get to the middle of the lane. And then Jared slashed in, bringing his defender kind of close, so I couldn't get to the basket with 7-footer in there. And then Jamar's guy helped in as well. So as soon as I saw that, kicked it out to Jamar. Didn't throw the best pass. He made a good play on it. one dribble pull. He said he knew it felt good when it came off his hand and cashed it. What a feeling, though. I mean, I don't think I've won on a game winner in college. I've been gamed, but that was a fun one.
Finish was incredible. Game-winning assist for our guy. You finish with 7 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 fouls. I was getting actually some live updates from my dad in the first half, and so you and Rank got in foul trouble early.
I think 4 of our starters had 2 fouls in the first half, and that's really when they went on that big run to tie it. If you look at the box score, I was a plus 23 in a 3-point game, which that doesn't happen very often. I'm not like tooting my own horn, but they did take advantage of us getting in foul trouble, and you know there were some iffy calls there at the end. It was tough to guard them with how they were calling it, but we battled through it. Luckily, we built up a big enough lead to fight through that, and yeah, I don't know if it was karma or just a great play by Jamar, but yeah, what a way to end it.
It's so crazy to me just because when I met you, you were a red shirt on the end of the bench playing for your dad. And I was like, oh, like, this is cool. Like, Charlie's brother's a walk-on for Nebraska. And now you're bringing the ball up with 15 seconds left against a top 15 team in the country, and they're running plays for you. Like, me and Joe were watching that on somebody's phone, and the screen comes, and we're like, are they running a fucking pick and roll for Sam? No offense, just Price had 32, and I was kind of assuming that it might be a look for him. And I was like, holy shit, is Sam just going to go to the rack and win this? But God, that was awesome. It's just,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's
It's
weird for me, so it must be weird for you.
Oh, it's surreal, 100%. You look back to when I came here, I didn't think I was ever gonna play here. I didn't know if I was good enough, but I worked my ass off. And it was just in case something like this would happen, and I improved a ton, and, like, now being in those moments, I feel calm in them. I'm used to them, and, yeah, pretty cool that they trust me with the ball now, and, we're gonna keep it rolling here. We don't want to feel like we hit our ceiling or anything. We want to keep going. Me and Rink have had some really lofty goals from the start, and I think we're starting to get people to believe in them.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that too, because you are bringing the ball up there, 10 seconds left, clock's counting down. Even on the telecast, like, the color guy was like, Hoiberg's got to go. He's got to go. But you knew exactly the time that you had, and I think that comes with experience. But what is the atmosphere like on the road? Because you got 15,000 people breathing down your neck. Like, is the heart racing? Are you getting jumpy there, or what?
Honestly, I felt very calm in that situation. The plan was to go 7 seconds, so it's not like it was my call. Price and Rink had to come up at the same time. I had to wait for them, but they went at the time we said it in the huddle, so there wasn't any like nervous thoughts about when should I go, when should I go, and just playing. And I've played in I think probably over 100 now. It was creeping up there earlier in the season, close to 100 games. But yeah, I mean, you just get used to it at this point, and winning on the road is still really tough no matter how old you are. But I think with the mature group we have, it's becoming, I mean, much easier for us to fight through adversity, fight through the runs. We know it's going to happen. We don't get, nervous or completely fold under pressure, which in the past we did struggle on the road in situations like that. So our home games and the crowd gets going, it's huge. It's a huge advantage. And it was kind of fortunate that their run got stopped at halftime to kind of take away a little momentum and get the crowd energy down because it was getting loud. Jared hit some huge free throws. That's when you notice it during free throws, how loud they are and when they hit big shots. I was so kind of locked in at the end of the game. You don't even think about the atmosphere at that point. You're just playing ball and trying to get points to win the game.
Yeah, you don't really hear it. Is that a thing?
I couldn't tell you how loud it was when I had the ball. I could tell you how quiet it was after Jamar hit that shot, though.
It got so quiet so fast. And I think that you almost put Kent Pavelka into cardiac.
That was unbelievable. Can you play that call over just in case someone listening hasn't heard that?
It's so good.
You can't, it's not like we can just imitate it. It was a one-of-one reaction. It sounded like he was about to actually pass out, which he did say.
And I don't you have to be like a certain level of a broadcaster to be able to say, I'm going to pass out on the air. And for people to be like, hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's been doing it for so long. He deserves this success more than anybody. I mean, he's been through some rough seasons. And like I keep saying this, if we're going to get a tourney win, the person we want to do it for as much as anyone is Kent, because he deserves it. We got to get him at least one. We're going to try to make a run, obviously, but yeah, we got to get it for Kent. Let him retire happily.
Big time. Bryce Sanford goes for 32. He had all 11 of your first 11. Is that right?
That's correct. And 26 in the first half.
I don't think people understand how many points that is in one half of a college basketball game.
We did the math. He was on track for 87 at one point.
That's so dumb.
That'll do.
12 of 16 or 12 of 18, 6 of 11 from 3 for 32.
Yeah, I said this on an interview yesterday. It felt like I was playing with Casey again on one of his heaters.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, Price's first half was honestly more of a heater than I've ever seen from Casey. Like, he had some 20-point halves. He didn't have 26 and just, like, he was beating them 23 to 15 by himself at one point. He was unbelievable. And we've seen it in practice. Like, there's been multiple times where he legitimately starts 9 of 9 from 3 in a practice, and you just can't do anything about it because he gets it off so fast. And we run stuff that's going to free him up. Like, he is, I mean, he's been more than advertised as a player. Peyton, his brother, dropped 30 on us in the second half when we played them. So that reminded me of that a bit. And boy, does it feel good to have that on your team and not playing against it.
Sure that it does. Yeah. So can you talk a little bit about the offensive game plan? Like, Price obviously gets red hot, but was that like a matchup that you guys were looking at going in, or was just like he started hitting and it was like, get Price the basketball?
We knew they really stayed home on shooters, so you have to run actions to get people open. And we set really good screens for them. We knew this was a screening game. Sometimes when you play teams that switch a lot off the ball, then you can slip screens and like screen your own man and stuff like that. But when we ran actions for him, they were really trying to chase. So if you set good screens, he was going to get space, and we knew that from the start. And once he got hot, that's the only dude you're looking for to get baskets. So we did a great job of hunting him. Jamar played awesome. He had 6 assists as well, finding him and controlling the pace. But yeah, I mean, when you get a guy hot like that, you go to him until he cools down.
Unbelievable. Yeah. And you guys have had like some higher scoring games in the 90s, like even that Oklahoma game in the hundreds. But like this was a full on track meet. Both teams, they shot better from the field than you did in the second half. They shot 57% from the field in the second half, and you guys shot 56%. That's unbelievable offensive output.
Yeah, I mean, they're top 5 offense in the country efficiency-wise, and we knew that coming in. I think even with how well they shot it in that second half, our defense stayed around the same in the 20 range on Ken Palm, and our offense made a big jump, which is good. You know, that I think we're up to 20 now in Ken Palm, so that was great to see. One of my goals this year in the offseason, like this is one of the lofty goals I was talking about, is I wanted our team to be a top 20 offense and a top 20 defense, which is the recipe to make Final Fours and stuff I've seen on social media. And people might have laughed at me early on, but, you know, we're 26 and 25th in offense, 28th in defense. So if we keep improving, it's very possible. And then, you know, the wins come with that. But, yeah, Illinois has an explosive offense. We knew they'd be tough to stop, and we had a ton to learn from, which is great. We're not getting complacent, and, you know, we worked on today. We're going to work on it all week.
Yeah, where do you guys go from here? Because it is very exciting. You're one of the best teams in the country right now, which is really tough to do. And like, that's cool to be able to say on our show. But, you know, you do have a couple non-conference games to work on some stuff against some semi-inferior opponents. But then you go right back into Big Ten play come the new year. how do you ensure that the team that showed up against Illinois is getting better when you have to see Michigan State come January?
It's all about how you practice. I mean, you have to prepare the same way you did versus Illinois, same way you did versus Wisconsin and Creighton. Just because maybe you're playing a team you're better than and you know you're better than, like, you cannot have bad weeks of prep. And you look back at our upstate game, which I think we learned a lot from, where we only won by 9 against a team that you should beat by more than that. And I said this, like, 2 years ago, our kinda, come back to the earth moment was when we got killed at home by Creighton, and then we lost after a 19-point comeback in the second half against Minnesota in back-to-back games. We kinda had that against Winthrop, who's a good team, and Upstate. Like, those were kinda get punched in the mouth, like, you guys got a lot of improving to do, and I think we're not gonna forget that feeling. So, it's all about how you prepare. We have a mature group, so I'm not worried about guys getting complacent and getting too high right now. And as a leader, you have to maintain the standard, and we're gonna continue to do that. Like, we are so far from our goals. We're only a third of the way through the season, and we gotta keep improving because if you don't, you're just gonna get stuck.
I remember that Minnesota loss that you mentioned because your brother punched a hole in the wall at our house.
Yeah, he's always been a passionate fan. It's good to have him in the program now.
Yeah, I think you've got more fire than he does.
It's honestly pretty close.
Yeah, I guess
Um,
you have more control over the situation.
yeah, 100%. But, like, growing up, it was very similar passion for any sport we played, and we would fight each other if the other one was winning. Um, but he's got that same fire as me. I just happen to be slightly better at basketball and pursue it. And, he's getting back into it. He's loving it. And I think an underrated aspect, like my improvement this season is I think you can contribute quite a bit of that to Charlie because he keeps me in it mentally so much better than anyone else has been able to do for me. And like I shoot with him almost every day. But he in Satchel, our other GA, has been really good at working on skill work with me. But the main thing that has unlocked this kind of other level that I've been playing at is confidence. And Charlie is the one that helps me with that more than anyone, just because he knows me so well. He knows what helps me click. So if you look at his impact, as a GA, maybe you get overlooked a little bit, overshadowed. You don't do a ton like coaching per se, but his biggest impact might be in helping me improve mentally so much.
I saw your sister's tweet about the Huskers being 11-0 with Charlie Hoiberg on staff. I don't know why people aren't talking about it.
They're 13-0 if you count the BYU game in the Midland game as well. So
Undefeated, never lost.
undefeated.
Glue guy.
He's a glue guy as well.
I love it. That tweet of your sister's went nuts, by the way.
Did it really?
Yeah, when I saw it, it had 100,000 views or something.
Oh my god,
Yeah, and 4,000 likes. I don't know. It was
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was going crazy. We were just talking about before we started the show. You're graduating on Saturday.
I am. Oh yeah, I meant to talk about this. I was locked in during the week for basketball, but I haven't been as locked in anything as I was in my 80-question final that took me 9 minutes today. 79 out of 80
Yeah.
at the buzzer.
Took you 9 minutes?
9 minutes, got it. One question wrong out of 80. I was flying through that thing, knew everything.
What class?
Geology.
Rocks for jocks.
Ask me about volcanoes. I got you.
Yeah, you know about what it's the igneous rocks or whatever.
Igneous.
Yeah.
90% of the Earth's surface are igneous rocks.
Wow, you've been going to these classes.
Of course. You gotta maintain the standard. I got Connor and BK with me. I'm gonna expose them a bit. BK got a 25 out of 80, and Connor got a 40 out of 80.
No.
I saw a tweet. Someone took a video of him walking out of the testing center, and they said he's averaging 7, 6, and 1 on the court and 92% on the final. A little bit off there.
Little off.
He's still gonna pass the class, but rough go in the final for him. I think he took it in 8 minutes, is what he said.
Sam Hoiberg putting the student in the student athlete, ladies and gentlemen.
GPA raiser. That's what I was brought in for.
That is true.
That's what they say, at least.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad point. What's your degree, like, actually called? Like, what will it be in?
Sports media and communication with a minor in criminology.
Criminology.
Yep.
Speaking of that, people forget that freshman year at TCU, your brother was a history major and was gonna go to law school.
That was in the cards. If you don't know Charlie, you'll learn, but if you know Charlie, it makes sense with how argumentative he is that we were like, "Dude, you have to go to law school," and he kind of bought into that, and then I think he realized how much he didn't like actually doing school, or he's like, "I'm not doing law school." But the guy can win an argument like no one else.
He can. He switched to comm pretty quick.
Yeah, he decided sports were the path.
Yeah, he majored in comm and basketball.
And look at him now, undefeated.
Undefeated. God, could we get Charlie Hoiberg undefeated through 2025?
That's the goal.
How fun would that be?
To be a elite debut out of him.
Yeah. Wait, so you guys play on Sunday, right? So you'll
Yeah.
be able to attend your graduation?
I will. Yep. I believe it's right before practice, so we'll go walk and then head over to practice.
Is it like the full school graduation or just the athletic department?
Honestly, couldn't tell you.
Yeah, because I know, like, sometimes they do that.
Whole school, I believe.
Okay.
Bella just whispered at me, whole school.
Is it in the football stadium?
It was at PBA when Bella graduated. I would assume it's the same, but Kale asked me today if it was at Devaney, which so maybe it's there, but I think it's at PBA where we play.
Yeah. The bank. Yeah?
The bank.
Nice.
Graduating on Saturday, playing on Sunday.
Hell yeah. Gonna be a college grad out here?
Get
And
that graduate patch on my
Oh, yeah, you will.
Yeah. I'm
Those are
looking forward to that. Also, I just looked down at my shirt. How about the San Antonio Spurs taking down the Oklahoma City Thunder in Vegas in the NBA Cup?
all the Hoibergs are winning.
Great week for the Hoiberg fam.
Really good week for you guys, yeah. What was the trip to Champaign like, besides the game? Were you there, like, a day earlier? Like, did you do
Yeah,
it?
so we left the day before, and it's only like an hour flight, which is super nice. Got there, and then we went to shoot around at their gym, watched some film there, and got shots up. I spoke with Paul Burmeister. You know him?
Broadcaster?
Broadcaster, yeah. So he played at football at Iowa, and he's one of the guys that my professor mentioned to me. Me and Mounsey talked about this off screen that we're both getting into broadcasting. I've been thinking about color, but my professor talked about me getting into play-by-play stuff, just like guys like Paul Burmester or Terry Gannon. So that's a potential future endeavor of mine, maybe being a play-by-play guy. But the goal is to be doing March Madness games with Mounsey as my partner.
It will be like Raftery and Iron Eagle.
That's exactly it.
Hoiberg and Mounds on the Final Four. CBS, if you guys need a replacement, just call us
We're
up.
right here. If you're watching this, CBS.
We're ready to go. Yeah, God, that would be fun.
Send the contract.
We could start if we could call some hoops together.
That would be sweet. That's the goal.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fun. I feel like you have a pretty good shot of getting on the Big Ten network pretty soon. I mean, they got
Big Ten, they do a good job of bringing in former players, and it's good that I've kind of built an identity in this league where people know me. So that'll help me out. And right now, like I'm calling mock games with my professor. Shout out Bill Dolman. He's gonna try to get me on the radio waves for a women's basketball game. So that would be really cool. And then I think I'm gonna call some high school games as well this winter. But I want to have reps. Like I'm not gonna go into this thing just walking in like I'm gonna be really good at it. I know it takes reps, same as anything you do. So I'm trying to like actually become good at it before I get into the field and then have some stuff on tape. So yeah, I mean, if I get a chance, I'm gonna try to seize it.
Yeah, and like that's so true, and of course it is like everything, but once you start doing games and like consistently, you'll realize how much better you're getting every time. It is crazy. Like even I'll go back and listen to baseball games that I did 2 years ago, and I thought I was pretty good, and I was like, "Wow, that was bad." Just comparatively, and, like, even this summer when I was doing games every day, like, we would have a day off, and the day after the off day, I would feel, like, rusty. It would, like,
Yeah.
take me a couple innings to get going, but then I could feel myself getting better every day, and, like, you actually just the stuff that you're saying, you're like, "Okay, I can make these minor changes," but you can make so many of them, and it is crazy, and, like, you see that the trajectory of broadcasters' careers.
Yeah, it's a good feeling to, like, see yourself improving. I've only called 2 games with him. We called the, because he was on the mic. He used to do mountain games. He's called Olympics on NBC. He used to do some ESPN games for the Big 12. So he's legit, and he said, like, he's really trying to help me get into this, which I'm really grateful for, but we did the Creighton game that he called in the preseason, so we called that the week of Creighton. Uh, this was almost like a little scout for me, which was nice. He thinks I have potential in it, and then last week we called the Wisconsin game because we didn't have a whole lot of time to prep it, so that was kinda weird calling myself,
Yeah.
but this week we're gonna call some more games. There's Charlie,
"What up, Charlie?"
and, yeah, I'm gonna keep working at it. It's fun. As I was talking to Paul Burmeister, he said it's something that he wants to keep getting really good at, and, like, you have, like, a passion and a drive for it like he did in football, so that's the cool thing about it and why I really like it as a potential career path.
Yeah, and it is a little different because, like, to compare it to basketball, like, you do have physical limitations in that sense, but, like, at least with broadcasting, you can always get better. Like, Jim Nantz getting better. I don't how old is he now? Like, 70?
60's gotta be close to 70.
Yeah, but even those guys have gotten better every year, but yeah, I'm excited for it. Hopefully, we'll, maybe next year get to call some games. Oh, I was gonna say my comp for you right now is Jake Butt, the
Jake
old
Butt, sure. I'll
yeah,
take that. He does a good job.
yeah, and they got him, like, right out of college, they put him on the air, which was cool.
Yeah, I do wanna go play pro for a few years, and see, if that's a viable career path for me, do that as long as I can. If I'm not loving it, I'll come back and get right into it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. It's still super early on, and I gotta improve, but, like, the guy I watch for, like, learning a little bit is, like, Robbie Hummel. I think he's the best. The way he analyzes the game, he's not, like, a rah-rah making these crazy calls, but he analyzes the game so well. Like, I could see myself being more like that because 'cause I'm not gonna be screaming on the mic, being like a Bill Raftery with these funny catchphrases and stuff. Like, but I wanna be a guy that can break down the game, make it easy for the viewer to watch, and, add to the game.
Do you follow Awful Announcing on Twitter?
I do follow them, yes.
Did you see their awards today, the Awfulies?
No.
They gave Robbie Hummel the best college basketball analyst of the year award.
No, he's great.
Yeah,
He's amazing. Nick Baugh is also really good. He's from Lincoln. He played at Creighton. He called the Creighton game. He's another guy that I like to listen to for that, though.
nice, and I feel like I've never actually talked to you about this, and people will ask me occasionally, like, "Is Sam gonna go play pro?" And I'm like, "It's a good question." But I think your brother told me this at one point. Could you technically be eligible to play for the Australian national team?
I mean, making it is a whole other thing because they're really, really good. My mom was born there, so there's a potential I could get a passport, and that's more important for, like, if you play in a foreign country, they can only have a certain amount of foreign players on the team. So, or like the you have to have 8 Australians on the roster. So that would make me technically an Australian, which would give me a lot more opportunity there. See, Charlie?
Bye, Charlie.
But yeah, I mean, that would give me more options and more, like, roster spots to make. But right now, I mean, I think I'd rather play in Europe currently. That's the goal just because I love Europe, and I think it'd be super cool to live over there. But, I'll take the best opportunity that comes. If I can get a passport, which we don't know if I can, that would be amazing as well.
What league do you think that, like, your skill level would fit into in Europe?
Couldn't tell you, Mounds, to be completely honest. I'll see what happens after the season, who calls, but, you know, I mean, when I came into college, I didn't think I'd ever play here. So you look at like the EuroLeague, they're really freaking good. That would be the ultimate goal. So got to keep improving and just keep doing my thing. But we'll see when the time comes. I honestly don't know right now.
Do you have an agent?
Not yet. Nope.
Just because I know, like, now you can have agents in college now, and I I guess you wouldn't have needed one in the past to like negotiate your scholarship or your NIL or whatever. But I know that guys like have their agents negotiating for them now, right?
Yeah, that wasn't necessary for me. I went straight to the head coach.
You had a connection, yeah.
I did. Rich Paul, if you're listening to the sports section, hit me up. I don't have an agent.
Yeah, I think he's one of our faithful. Yeah.
Charlie's gonna be my agent, actually.
He he was gonna go to law school for
And
6
we'll talk. It depends on the cut. All right, see ya. 3%. It's gonna be 3.
Yeah. Low. Cut him out of it.
He's not getting anything.
Yeah. So Sunday, North Texas, is that right?
North Dakota.
North Dakota. Their mascot looks very similar.
Yes, it does. Same
Kinda
colors. Also have a North in the name.
Indeed. And then New Hampshire to finish 2025.
It's around at 2025. Yep.
I can't say that I know anything about either team. I would assume North Dakota might be a little better. That an
Yeah,
assumption?
I don't know anything about New Hampshire. I know North Dakota has struggled a bit. They're 4-9 on the year, but they're very familiar with their system. I believe their assistant coach has been to our practices to study. So, I mean, that's not one we can overlook because they're going to know our weaknesses, and I think they run a extremely similar defense to us as well, which we can take advantage of a bit. But yeah, they know us, and we played them before. We were actually in the same exact situation 2 years ago. Um, right before Christmas break, Rink was actually out. This is when he had just got his scope done on his knee, and we were down by 14 in the second half. We ended up coming back and winning, but definitely not a game you can overlook. It can be a trap game, so we have that in the history to just remind us that you cannot overlook these teams.
Yeah, does he put the mouse traps around the facility? Who was it that did that? I forget.
Honestly, I've never heard of that, but
It was a
that's kind of a smart thing to do.
It was a football thing. I forget what coach did it, but yeah, it was like before trap games, he would go around their facility and just like put mouse traps where guys could see them just to like remind them, hey, this is a trap game.
That's interesting. I don't know, like, if you wanna have the mindset, like, as it that it is a trap game, maybe that helps certain guys, but if you get too caught up in trap game, you're gonna play them closer than you want to probably just because 'cause you're thinking it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah. Is it hard to not play down to opponents sometimes?
I mean, I'd say that just sometimes it can be tougher to get up for games, um, but, like, I think if you look at our schedule, we may have played down to some teams' level, but I don't necessarily think it's that. I think it's more about how you prepare and execute than anything. And we're getting a lot better. We've improved a ton over the past week, and we got to keep doing that.
Yeah. So, like I said, I was at a wedding and didn't really watch anything this weekend. What else happened in the Big Ten that I might have missed? Was there any like notable storylines?
Penn State almost knocked off Michigan State at home. That was a really good game. Michigan and Maryland were in a dogfight for a while, and then Michigan pulled away at the end. I think Diggy Coit, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he had like 31 with 15 minutes to go, I believe. He hit like 8 threes or something. And then Yaxel Lendeborg started face guarding him full court, and they went on like a 15-0 run, which that is just so impressive as a 7-footer.
Yeah.
Just and Diggy Coit's like 5'8",
Yeah.
by the way. So that was really impressive to see. Michigan still looks really good, but Maryland, they got on them early.
Do you think that Michigan is potentially the best team in America right now? I've kind of been on the Arizona wagon for the last couple weeks.
I mean, I was 100% on the Michigan wagon until this past Arizona game where they just dismantled Alabama in the second half. So it's really hard not to look at their resume right now and call them number 1. But, I mean, the way Michigan is destroying teams is unlike anything I've seen before. So, it's a toss-up for me. Call them 1A, 1B.
Who did Purdue play this weekend? Do you know?
Purdue on Wednesday, they were up 3 at half on Wisconsin, and then I think they started out 27-2
Ooh.
in the second half, ended up winning by about 30. And then they beat Marquette by 20, and Marquette's really struggled this year.
Which is surprising to me.
Yeah, I think Shaka's a great coach, and maybe it's just one of those years you miss in the portal. Guys don't come together. You look at Creighton, they're struggling with that right now because McDermott's a hell of a coach, and he's had some amazing teams for a long time, and they just can't seem to figure it out. K-State played at Creighton and beat them. Hopefully that gets them rolling a little bit because they were kinda down for a bit there. We'd love to see them move up to the top 50 to be a quad 1 win.
Yeah.
We got our first quad 1 win on Saturday, and then New Mexico jumped up or New Mexico's 56, so they're 6 away from a quad 1. Oklahoma jumped to 50, beating Oklahoma State. So now we have 2 quad 1 wins, which is huge.
Wisconsin's not quad 1?
No, they would have to be a top 25 team for a home game to be quad 1,
Yep.
or top
That
30
does
maybe.
I wanna say it's 30.
Top 50 neutral, I believe top 30 home or top 25, and then top 75 road game gets you quad 1.
Yeah, a little easier to get on the road. Much tougher games to win. What was the atmosphere like in Champaign compared to West Lafayette? Because we talked about how Purdue was the hardest place that you had to play.
Illinois, I mean, I talked a lot about Michigan State and Purdue being the best, but they might be number 3. Their student section, it's not as I would say they're not as connected as Michigan State or Purdue's in terms of their chants and stuff and the shot clock countdown like I talked about before, Michigan State, but they they get on you as much as anyone and they're loud. People show up. They have a great fan base and it got really loud in there at the end of the first half and on some of our free throws at the end of the game. So it's a tough place to win. And it felt really good to get one, especially considering 2 years ago, last time we played there, we lost in overtime after having a lead with 20 seconds left.
I also noticed that twice in the last week, both with Coach McDermott from Creighton and Brad Underwood from Illinois, both of those guys in their post-game press conferences mentioned your plus minus and how you pretty much just controlled the game. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a cool thing. I did honestly I mean, you look at my numbers, they were solid against Illinois, 7, 6, and 5. I do have a bone to pick with the Illinois stat keepers. I think I could have, if it was a home game, I might have had 9 assists.
Really?
Yeah, if you just depends what you count as an assist with the 2 dribbles after or not. But, anyways, that's besides the point. I felt like that game when I was on the floor, I did do a good job of settling our defense, and offensively, we were great the whole game, I thought, regardless if I was in. But, I mean, defensively, we did get stops when I was on the floor, and that helped us build some leads. So that was cool to see from Underwood. I have so much respect for both of those coaches. So getting to hear that from them is, a good feeling, satisfying for sure.
I'm looking at your stat line right now, and you're just missing a 2 on there for my partridge in a pear tree thing.
Was it really? Again,
7 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 fouls, 3 field goals, something in a partridge in a pear tree.
1 for 2 from 3? Can you count that? 2 threes attempted?
You were 1
No,
for
I only took 1. I was 1 for 1.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I did have it. I don't think I had a 2 on there.
I think that was your highest 3-point shooting percentage of the season, as a team, right? From 3?
Honestly, don't know. What were we?
46%, 12 of 26.
I thought we were over 50 against FIU and we hit 17. Could be wrong.
You might have. 51% from the field. Yeah, 53% from deep in the first half. 4 of 11 from 3 in the second half. They were 10 of 29 from 3, that track meet. They got to the line a lot more than you guys, but you did mention that foul trouble.
Yeah, they definitely were. I mean, they're aggressive driving. There was a few that I thought might have been soft calls. I got a bloody nose on one that they called a foul on me.
Grit.
That I didn't necessarily think I fouled him on that. I thought he might have initiated some contact there, but yeah, they got to the line really well against us, and 21-9 foul discrepancy on the road, and still coming up with a win is just so huge.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, congrats on that win. You guys have Sunday and then another one against New Hampshire to wrap up the year. Should we do our new segment? I still don't know what we're gonna call it, but we got some good reviews from the people on it.
Absolutely.
You have any name ideas? Drop some comments, people.
Drop the comments. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to think about it. You want to go first?
Yeah, well, let's introduce segment. If anyone didn't listen last week, we have I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 6 NBA players, former NBA players, and we're gonna guess where they went to college. Or Mounsey's gonna guess mine. I'm gonna guess his. I was what, 6 for 6 last week?
You were, and I think I missed 2
I think you
or
missed 2. 5 for 7. I had 7 on the list last week.
1. Okay. Yeah.
You wrapped it up with Dan Kingman. That was a good get.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, I'll start us off here. Eric Bledsoe.
Milwaukee Bucks Eric Bledsoe, right? Eric Bledsoe, I feel like he played in the Pac-12. Arizona?
No, he did play for the Suns. Maybe you're confusing that.
Yeah. Can you give me a conference?
I'll say this. Did you play NCAA 10 basketball with Blake Griffin on the cover?
No, I didn't have that. I was a 2K13 kid.
Okay. It is the SEC.
Auburn?
No,
Kentucky?
it is Kentucky.
Uh,
He was on that team with John Wall, Patrick Patterson,
Yep.
Boogie Cousins. They were
Yeah.
dogs.
I was pissed about my Corey Brewer miss last week because that was the Joakim Noah team.
Sure was.
Yeah, I don't know how I missed that. All right, I'm ramping it up on you a little bit after your performance last week. JJ Barea.
Oh, man. I would have assumed he just came from overseas.
He went to college.
Oh,
I started off hot.
love JJ. Shout out small white guy. You'll have to make a guess before you give me a hint.
I can give you a hint if you want. It's a mid-major. I'll tell you that.
Mid-major. Okay,
Yeah.
that doesn't help at all.
It's a really tough one. I don't think you're gonna get it.
All right, give me like a general region.
Northeast.
Northeast. Oh boy. I was not thinking he was Northeast. Is it an A10 school?
Honestly, I don't know what conference.
Oh boy. Let me just throw out a random Northeast school. Bryant.
Not Bryant. I love that guess though.
All right, give me 0 for 1. Where do you go?
They are in the Northeast Conference.
Okay, Bryant's in that conference.
Yeah, you're right. I'm looking at their standings right now. Albany, Vermont, Bryant, NJIT. He went to Northeastern.
Ooh, Northeastern.
Yep.
All right, good one.
I had to ramp it up on you.
All right, this is probably my favorite player in the league right now, TJ McConnell.
He went to Arizona.
He did.
Yeah.
Absolute dog.
Yeah, he was so good.
All right, what do you got for me?
Lynn Sanity. Jeremy Lin.
Harvard.
Yeah.
My older brother Jack had a Jeremy Lin Harvard jersey in high school.
Heck,
What a legend.
that's so cool. I have a Markel Fultz DeMatha jersey.
DeMatha? Is that where he went to high school?
Yeah.
No way. You had all the Markel Fultz jerseys.
Yeah.
You might possibly be the biggest Markel Fultz fan out there.
Yeah, well, I definitely was at one point. I don't think he plays basketball anymore, but I don't really know.
Injuries, man.
Yeah.
All right. I think you should get this one. A little bigger name here. Andrew Wiggins.
Kansas.
Got it.
Number 1 pick, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was really, really good.
Teammates with, do you know? Another big NBA guy?
Wiggins at Kansas.
Yep.
The big, like 7-foot African guy.
Yeah, you can't think of his name? Better NBA player than Andrew.
He was at Kansas, like
Come on, Mounds.
I know it. It's just slipping me. Udoka?
No.
Not Udoka Azubuike?
Joel Embiid.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tough one there, man.
I knew that one. I mean, I didn't.
All right, we're both 2 for 3.
Yeah,
Right? Or am I 2 for 2? Or 1 for 2?
1 for 2. Yeah,
1 for 2.
Kelly Olynyk.
Gonzaga.
Yeah,
I still remember. Who's the big hockey guy back in the day on ESPN or SportsCenter that would come in?
Bucci Grass.
I couldn't even tell you his name. He had the
Oh no,
long silver
Barry
hair.
Melrose. Barry Melrose.
Is that him? I
Yeah,
still remember him because Gonzaga was like 30-2 going into the tournament. Maybe they were undefeated going into the tournament, and they had Kelly Olynyk. And he said, "I don't know much about basketball, but they got a 7-foot Canadian on the team, and Canadians are good at hockey, so I'm picking Gonzaga."
nice.
Yeah.
Great insight from Melrose.
They didn't win. All right, I don't know if you'll get this one or not. You probably will, but he's not. I don't even know if he's in the league right now. Rodney Hood.
Oh, he's kind of old. Rodney Hood, Oklahoma State.
No. All
Yeah.
right. Oh, ACC.
Duke.
Yep. Rodney Hood.
Who was he at Duke with?
Blue Double. Honestly, don't even know.
Yeah, I don't either. Huh.
All right, what do you got for me?
All right, I feel like this is a pretty tough one, but notable player, Paul Millsap.
Love Paul Millsap. He wasn't Baylor, was he?
Nope,
No.
not Baylor. Baylor's had some weird guy, like weird.
Is it a blue blood?
Not a blue blood, but I'll give you a hint. They are blue.
Okay.
It's a tough one.
Is it? Oh, is it a mid major?
It is
Let's say like Morehead State or something.
not
Or
Morehead.
that Kenneth Reed.
That Kenneth Reed did go to Morehead State.
What conference? You know?
They've been in different conferences the last few years. This year they're in Conference USA,
Memphis?
not Memphis.
What is it? No, Memphis is A10, aren't they?
They are
Bad ball knowledge.
the American
American.
AAC. Yeah,
Gosh, I feel like I can picture the jersey, but I just don't know the name on it.
you want it?
Stump me. Let me know.
He's one of the boys from Ruston, Louisiana Tech.
La Tech, huh? Yeah, wasn't gonna get that one.
Yeah. I love La Tech because they are on bad beats like every single week. And SVP and Stanford Steve just call them the boys from Ruston.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
All right.
good.
This depends if you saw this mixtape posted on Twitter this week, but Joe Mazzulla, the Celtics head coach.
I did not see the mixtape on Twitter this week. I didn't know that he played college basketball.
Yes, he did.
Let me give it a guess. Is it a mid-major? Power 4? Wow. Joe Mazzulla. I'm trying to think where he's from, like original.
I couldn't even tell you that.
Yeah, I don't really know. Wake Forest.
No, I like that. I like that guess. So
Let me get another
starts with the same letter
one.
and same amount of words.
Okay. 2 words, starts with W. West Virginia?
Got it.
Let's go.
Play for Bob Huggins, Press, Virginia.
I love Bob Huggins.
Yeah, the man.
I spent some time in West Virginia this summer. We played
In
there.
Morgantown?
No, it was at Marshall.
Okay.
Shoot, I forget what the city's called. It was actually probably my favorite road trip that we went on.
Really?
Yeah, I
What about it?
wasn't expecting it to be. They just had like a cool downtown area. I went to a bar with our coaches, like had a great time. And the Marshall baseball stadium, it's like the second year since construction. And it's beautiful. And like
Sweet.
the stadiums that I was in this summer are very old. The Appalachian League that I worked in is the oldest running baseball league in the country. And so all the stadiums are very old. And it was nice. I had my own booth, air conditioned, nobody bothering me. And our press box at our home stadium, I don't know if you call it a press box, but it was literally on stilts, like
No way.
lifted up in the air, probably like 10, 15 feet. And like the oldest, steepest staircase along the backside of it, no AC. You just gotta pull up like these heavy ass window doors and like hook it to the roof.
Retro,
Gritty.
man.
Gritty.
That's awesome.
It was good, yeah. I'm busting out a lot of mid-majors on you, but I
Yeah.
feel like you should get this one.
We're stumping each other today.
You should get this one, though, I think.
Okay.
CJ McCollum.
Lehigh
Lehigh.
played against my dad's Iowa State Cyclones the same year that I think they upset Duke.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. In the NCAA tournament.
Wow, I didn't realize that CJ was on that Lehigh team. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
he
sense.
was a dog.
Yeah.
I remember my dad telling me before the game that they have a really good guard. Didn't know who he was, and turns out to be CJ McCollum, so that's pretty cool.
That is sweet.
All right, I'm going to round mine out with Ty Lawson. You remember Ty?
No?
No?
Who's
Oh, this is like late 2000s. He was a dog in college.
Ty
Played for
Lawson?
the Nuggets. Didn't have a great NBA career, but he went to a big school.
I don't know why, like, right when you said Kentucky came to my mind, but
Close. Same realm.
Louisville?
No, not in that.
UNC?
Got it.
Wow.
Yeah. That's impressive on the third guess.
Deductive. I don't know.
A lot of ball knowers will remember Ty Lawson at UNC. He was a dog. Let's see what he
Okay.
averaged.
Hold on, let me look him up really quick. TY? Yeah, I don't even really recognize him.
Played 3 years. It looks like they won the championship in his last year.
Yeah, 09.
16, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2.3 rebounds.
Do you know what Ty is short for?
I do not.
Taiwan.
What a name.
TYW.
Lawson. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. All right, well, I got a little dinner that I gotta head to. So, you got anything else for?
No, sir. Let's keep this basketball rolling. Let's keep the pod rolling. Everything to the moon.
To the moon, baby. Actually, last week's episode that you were on was our highest viewed episode.
All right. How many?
Like almost 300 on YouTube. I haven't really looked at Spotify.
Sweet. Hey, the better we do, the better for the pod. That's the reason I'm playing well this year.
We're doing great on social media. By the way, our all-time highest viewed clip on social media, if you combine Instagram and TikTok, is the Henry Burke.
Shout out Charlie Burt.
I think
another Charlie Burt story. We can make a reel out of this.
Yes.
I'm just going to make a statement here. Charlie Burt might be the number one Nebraska basketball fan out of anyone. Drove through the night, didn't sleep, through snow, through Champaign, nearly got kicked out, and was there for the final shot and let every single Illinois fan hear about it. With a group of his boys. Shout out all of them. But once again, could he be the number one Husker basketball fan in the country?
You tell us. Clickbait.
Shout out Charlie Burt.
That's awesome. Also, even before your first game, you said that we were going to have to start Sam Hoiberg all defensive team propaganda. I don't know if it's propaganda anymore.
Yeah, I got to get my steals up. I've been lacking in that department, but once I got to get those up a bit. But we got some good attention going, and got to keep it up if I want that.
I don't know where you sit now, but during the Wisconsin game, they showed on the screen that you were third in the Big Ten in steals per game.
Yeah. Did not have a steal against Illinois, so dropped to like 1.7 or something. But all it takes is a big steal game to get that back up. So we'll try to get that this weekend.
One, everybody.
And we're still waiting for Uno.
Ooh, it might be Sunday.
Let's hope Uno comes out on Sunday.
9-1 last night.
But Nueve. Having a hell of a turnaround. Maybe you just need to get healthy. We got on him too much. 9-1 again on the same page, getting W's.
2-0 since we started calling him Nueve.
Let's make it Nueve and Uno this weekend.
Hell yeah. All right. That's all we got. Every Tuesday and Friday, the sports section. Sam will be back. On Tuesday, the Huskers are the number 15 team in the land. GBR.
Go Big Red.
Call God. See you guys next time.